Hi friends, welcome back. In this video, we are tiptoeing into fall. In fact, we're just gonna jump right on in. It is officially after Labor Day. The kids have gone back to school. I've been to Hobby Lobby once or twice to buy a bunch of fall things, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Don't let the sweater fool you. It is 98 degrees outside today. But this mama is ready for fall. So we're gonna go ahead and start our fall crafts. Be sure to click on the title of the video to see everything that I'm using. And also at the end of the video, let me know which one is your favorites. I have tons of fall videos from past years. So if you are feeling in the fall mood and I'm not getting these videos churned out quickly enough, be sure to rewind, go back to previous years. There's so many fun things that I have on my channel for fall. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm excited because this is my favorite season. It's all about pumpkins and I love the smell of pumpkin spice, so it's going to be so fun. All right, the first thing that we are going to do today is we are going to decorate this really fun candle. These are the faux candles. They're unscented and they are battery operated. I have never had one of these, but I've seen them and I'm very intrigued by the idea. So I'm going to put some batteries in this. I found this at Hobby Lobby. I did quite a Hobby Lobby haul the other day. I didn't film it, but I found so many fun things. And I just think that they are bringing it once again this year. So let's go ahead and get this all on. Oh, love that. Love that so much. Okay, I'm going to clean the surface. Oh, okay, hold on. It is off is the center. Okay, off is center. And then we have, oh, both ways are just, oh wait, is one flickering? Okay, one flickers. I love that more. And then one is just steady. Is that correct? Oh no, they both flicker. Okay, well, it's just giving us two options. Okay, I don't even know. Let's see, what does that say? Oh, the other one is timer. Okay, so how long does the timer go for? This is adorable. Oh gosh, that's a lot of fine print. I'll have to read that later. Okay, let me turn this off while I get it all decorated. But before I do that, I am just going to take a little cloth or paper towel and put some rubbing alcohol on it. I have a ton of fingerprints on there just from handling it just now and it being at the store. So I'm gonna clean that off. And then I have a little piece of white vinyl here that I am going to decorate this pretty candle with. So let me just get my little scraps off of there. And I will, as always, be linking all of my designs. I feel like I'm a little tongue-tied today because if you caught my last couple videos, I mentioned in the comments, not in the video, because in the video, I didn't know this was an issue at the time, but my goodness, my audio just completely went down and my husband is able to fix pretty much anything. I mean, if I have a problem, he comes down here and he can just get it all resolved. This one took days, and not only did it take days, but it took reordering some things for my audio. Things just went, I don't know if they went bad or an update made them go. I think that was it actually. It was like a computer update made my hardware like not work anymore, which is uber frustrating. So I had to repurchase some stuff. And in the meantime, I just enjoyed some books. I mean, I was a little frustrated to not be joining you in the little crafty world, but it was also kind of nice because it was the week before school and I could just really sit and be. So sorry, this is white on white. I am kind of trying to go through some of my craft supplies that I have hanging around, and one of them is this vinyl. I think I got this on sale from Joann. I can't remember when they were closing out. So I'm trying to go through a bunch of stuff. In fact, you're gonna see me use my paper transfer tape probably in the next few videos because I am trying to use that up. I've had it for years and my go-to is always a clear tape. And I usually save my paper tape for more low tack projects, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use that up. It works good for any type of project. So now that I'm up and running, I feel like it's almost foreign to craft. It's just been so long. But you know what? I think it was God's way of telling me to slow down, be present for these last couple weeks of summer and just simply enjoy myself. It was actually a blessing in disguise. It's always hard to not be able to get work done when I want to, but I think honestly, God is just nudging me to kind of slow down. Okay, so I have all of those. You are not seeing a very clear idea of the design quite yet. Getting all those pieces off, but you'll see it in just a moment. So I'm going to take this, it's like a masking paper almost, transfer tape. It's just a paper tape. I really like it. This is actually what I started using when I first started with my Cricut, and it's lovely. I just then went to more of a clear so I could see it a little bit better, but this works amazing. Usually I just use this on papery type projects, but I have been using this on every project in the years past, so it works good for everything. Okay, so, whoops, it is a little bit more low tack though, so let me get this off. Now you're gonna see that beautiful design. All right, I did kind of an oversized leaf here, and I'm gonna just kind of drape it across this candle. I thought that would be so pretty, especially when it's on and flickering. Okay, I'll also use really quickly just my scraper to burnish that down, make sure it's laying down nice, and then I will peel away the transfer tape, leaving my design right on that little candle there. Okay, there's something inside that's, oh, there we go. Okay, I think that is so pretty. It's really simple. It's wordless, which I love a wordless design. And look at that flicker. That is so fun. I'm gonna have to go get more of these. These are really nice because then you don't have to worry about blowing the candle out or fumes if you are sensitive to any types of scents or anything like that. But I love that. That is so cute. All right, let's go ahead and move on. As always, I love making signs for fall, so let's do that. I have this frame from notjustframes.com. Every once in a while, I like to place a big order. You can choose the color of the frame from some pre-selected colors, which is really nice. And I love them for signs, especially for fall and winter. For some reason, they just are my favorite kind of variety. All right, now what I'm going to do is with black vinyl, I found this really, really fun design. Again, it'll be listed below for you. But I'm gonna weed this all out. I thought this would be so cute for our fall decor this fall. And I'm gonna go nice and slow. I did choose a matte finish for this vinyl. The matte finish is really fun for signs because it looks like paint as opposed to a glossy vinyl. Both work great. There's no right or wrong answer. It's simply personal preference for the look you're going for. But I've noticed it's a simple way to be able to take the easy route with vinyl while still making it look like paint. You also could create a stencil with this and you could paint. I have a tutorial on how to do that. So if you want to take that route, I do have a search little bar on my channel. If you just go to the main page, there is a search icon that you can click on the right side. I think it's upper right. And if you type in some keywords, you will find what you need to find, whether that is fall crafts or winter crafts or stencils, stuff like that. You'll find exactly what you need. So have fun using that. All right, got that main one done. And then I'm going to go through and do these smaller sides. We have planned our trip to the pumpkin patch coming up. Just waiting for the weather, honestly, to get cooler because who wants to go in this summer weather? Although I think it was fairly warm last year when we went. I don't know, summer tends to linger. But that's just fine by me because winter can be quite long. All right, so this says Farm Fresh Pumpkins, 5 cents a pound. Free hay rides and open daily you pick. Isn't that cute? I've got the last couple inside pieces and I kind of scanned my design to make sure I did indeed get everything. Then I can place my transfer tape down. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to use the paper transfer tape again. So because as you can see it's not big enough, what I'm going to do is place some down on the left side and then I'll place some on the right side as well. And as long as you overlap it, you're good to go. So we'll just cut off this bottom part. We'll add more to the right side. Just move this on over. Oops, come here. And then what I'll do is I'll overlap a little bit and then I'll cut off this extra so that I can use on my next project. You can reuse this too as well. It is more low tack than traditional transfer tape, so you might not get as much use out of it as you would a stickier transfer tape, but you certainly can reuse it. So I'll use this piece in just a little bit. Oh, actually, I have a really good craft coming up that I'll use this for, so I'm gonna place it right up here. Okay, then because I overlap this, now we have a nice big piece, and I can take my scraper, really burnish this down. I like to do the front, and then I flip it over and do the back, just to give it a little extra press. It always proves to be very helpful. And turn it over and do the same. There we go. And with my sign ready, what I'm gonna do before I take my transfer tape off is I'm going to trim down the edges because this is going to be pretty snug within my frame. So I don't want to have any extra material that's going to get in the way of positioning. So let me just trim this down a little bit. I'll be thankful for that in a minute. Okay, and even this one, even though it's not too wide, try to even up those margins. That might help. Okay, so there's my design. And then what I'll do is I'm not going to add anything to my paper towel, but I will just give this a little wash really quick. It's been sitting in my craft room for a while, even though it's been in a cupboard. Let's make sure there's nothing on there. Okay, then see if I can zoom out a little bit. It was kind of making focusing an issue earlier, but if I just do a little bit, then I can hopefully maintain focus. I'm going to keep my weeding tool handy because, again, low tack tape can be a little hard to snag some of these vinyl pieces. Sometimes if you just press them down with your finger as you go, it helps release them from that cutting sheet. I am leading a little Mama's Ministry this year again, and we enjoyed some pumpkin creamer today. It was the first of the season. I did not know they had purchased it, and I was so excited to see it. I, though, am not one, I was talking to a friend the other day, I don't need a lot of pumpkin-y flavored things. I usually just need like a couple coffees, and then I'm kind of good for the season. What I do love, though, is when peppermint mochas come out in the winter. Now that I can do all season long. That's my favorite. All right, there we go. A little bit of a labor of love, but worth it to take my time. Let me get this all nice and straight. And then let's place this right inside. That is looking good. Yeah, okay, lay that down. And then once again, burnish down. Taking my time. The more you take your time with all of the little steps, the easier it goes. And honestly, taking the time here saves time in the long run, because if I don't do this, then I end up having to re-burnish and all of that. So I'm just gonna grab one of the little lips here where I overlapped that, and then I can start peeling away, and that stuck down just perfectly. There's that first little bit. Being really gentle, of course, not to scratch my sign. Grab another little piece. Again, taking my time. But everything laid down beautifully. Oh, and it was centered really well. Thank goodness. I was really winging that one. Okay, if there's any pieces that are bubbling up, you can just press those down. But actually, that looks amazing. So a fun little piece of fall decor. I love that. I love the frame so much. So cute. All right, another one done. Let's go ahead and do, I want to reuse this little piece that I just cut off, and I found some pretty garland at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I believe this came with 8 pumpkins strung on it, and it was a really good price. Plus, I think it was 40% off the week that I shopped there. So $6.99 at 40% off. I thought these were really cute, but I also thought while they're cute on their own, they would be really cute with the word autumn spelled on there. So I think I have that upside down. So there are 8 on there. Autumn has 6 letters. So we'll have a bear pumpkin on either side, which I absolutely adore. And then let's get the rest all decorated. Okay, again, not adding anything to my paper towel. I have some residual cleaner on there just to wipe that down. That way everything lays down really nice. Okay, again with the weeding tool, I'll list the font that I used down below, but I just typed out autumn. And there we go. And autumn is a pretty easy word. There's only one middle to grab. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I think I have enough to do the whole word. Okay, yes I do. Let's place that right over the entire thing. You'll again see that come to life in just a moment. Burnish that down. I was using every scrap of vinyl that I had. It always feels so good to use those pieces that are trimmed off larger projects. Okay, so that's all burnished. Now what I'm going to do is I'll trim off my extra, but then I will trim each letter apart from one another, which will make it really easy to apply these on our pumpkins. But I like to just do one big piece of transfer tape instead of 6 little pieces. It just makes the whole process easier. Okay, and I will grab, and I'm gonna make sure, okay, so if I have one over here, a blank one, A-U-T-U-M-N, and then a blank one. Are these in the right order? Hold on, that was not. Okay, it's worth it to take your time. Okay, so here is our A. Place it right here. And you can burnish it with your finger. You can come back in with a scraper. And there you go. Easy peasy. Oh, and I just was not careful enough, so I clipped the little end of my T. So I'm going to make sure that I don't use that on this letter. I'm gonna keep that right on my scissors for just a second. And I'm gonna fix it. It'll be just fine. Let's do right there for the U. Again, you can go through, oh my goodness, there's a fly. Go away, shoe fly. That thing says that it's still summer, like a little pesky fly. Okay, now with this next one, I need to keep this little piece because I totally whoopsied, which will be just fine. Oh my goodness, go away, fly. So I'll lay the bulk of the T down, if you will. I just got the little left tip, darn it. That's all right. I can just match it up and put it right next to it, and I think it's gonna be just fine. I really do. Okay, see how it's really, really blunt on that side because I got a little overzealous. Okay, I'm gonna line this up, but I'm gonna do it behind the scenes because my head is gonna be entirely too close to this to make it perfect. Okay, I think I did it. Hopefully, voila. And if someone is looking entirely too close, they will notice, but I don't think anybody's gonna have their nose that close to my garland. Okay, now I'm gonna be super careful. I'm kind of holding this up to the light to cut. Okay, finish the last 3. U, M, N. All done. Super easy. What a fun way to personalize some decor. And honestly, you can remove this if down the line next year you find that you don't want it to say autumn, you just like the plain pumpkins, which is probably something that I'm going to do. I always remove vinyl. Even though it's listed as permanent, it truly isn't. You can remove it. Sometimes it leaves a residue, so you'll want to be really careful. You can usually use things to remove that. It kind of depends on what you're putting it on, but for this, it'll be just fine. So, all right, there is our garland that was so super affordable and easy to personalize. Speaking of changing up decor year after year, I thought I would do a temporary piece of decor for this year that I can remove for the following year to have a different look. But I found these little metal pieces at the Dollar Tree. I think they had letters and numbers, but half of the alphabet is in one packet and the other half is another. So be sure you're really checking because you want to be able to get the full alphabet and you'll need to get a couple packs. So I thought these were really cute. I've had them for a while and I wanted to layer them on this knit pumpkin that I found at Hobby Lobby. I think it is adorable, but I don't want it to be permanent because down the line I may want to change it. That's just kind of how I roll. I like to change up my decor year to year. So what I thought I would do is use these little foam adhesive dots. They're super easy to use. I use them for card making, and I'm going to trim some down, put them on the back side of, ooh, my goodness, my kiddos have been using my non-stick scissors, and believe it or not, they can get pretty gummy with adhesives from time to time, so I need to clean those off. Okay, so I am going to, again, make this a temporary design. I thought that would be really fun, and these are nice because they're sticky enough to get the job done, but they're not permanent. So let me know if you like to do temporary decor. Being a crafter, I kind of have to get used to temporary decor because while there are the things that I bring out year after year no matter what because I just have all the heart eyes for them, as a crafter, I love making new things every year. So I also like making things just for the year and then being able to do something different the following year. So I'm just going to place those right on there. Again, this is strong enough to get the job done, but then I can go ahead, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I can go ahead and remove that for the following year. But I thought that was really fun. It added a different texture to an already really textured piece, and I thought it'd be really pretty for this year. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the remaining letters. Again, these are just little foam adhesives. You can get these at the Dollar Tree as well. And if you wanted to make this permanent, you could use hot glue or another adhesive of your choice. But again, these are really nice because they're going to work for the season and then easily removable to create a different look for next year. All right, there's the A. Like that. Oh, so cute and so simple. And there's an L and the final L. Loving it. So cute. Okay, fall. Very cute. Again, strong enough to stay put for this season and honestly probably next season if you don't throw your things in a bin like I do, but then easily removable if you want to do just a more simple look with just that knit look on this pumpkin. All right, Hobby Lobby is always bringing it with their patterns and colors, and they had a 3-pack of dish towels. We have 2 in the back that are more solid colors, and then we have this beautiful plaid. I love these colors so much. They're so pretty. I'm also going to do a foil iron-on, and as always, you know I love it. If you have been following me for a while now, you know I have a favorite pumpkin design that I have to put on everything. So every year this pumpkin goes on something, at least one something, if not 2 somethings. And this year it's going on this dish towel. So you're gonna recognize it because I think it is the cutest pumpkin in existence. It's just adorable and simple. There are no words, it's just a simple pumpkin and I love it. So foil iron-on, I'm gonna place it right on this beautiful dish towel. It's going to provide just the fun contrast and shine that this needs. And it's gonna be really fun. All right, the reason I like to do more of a solid shape, even though we have the little ribs of the pumpkin here, is because if I have a more busy background or fabric that I'm putting this on, it's always better to do a more simple design. And for me, I just like that look when I'm pairing things. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take this over to my heat press. I'm gonna pre-press it just to make sure there's no moisture in the material. I will lint roll it to remove anything from the surface, and then I will iron this down. Okay, this is nice and hot, so I'm just going to let it cool down on my glass mat just to draw out the heat really quick, and then we can peel off the liner. So that just looks like me placing it design side down on my mat. You also can unfold this if you find that, say, this crease was going to be in the center. You wouldn't want to have an uneven pressing field, but since this wasn't going to interfere with my design in the slightest, I went ahead and just kept it folded. All right. So now that's nice and cool. I can go ahead and begin peeling away the liner, revealing that foil iron-on, perfectly placed down right on the dish towel. And it's so pretty, but it's even prettier when you remove the liner. Just a simple design. I love how that turned out. And even though it's on a busy background, the choice in material with that foil look gives it the contrast that it needs. I love that. Okay, you know I have been obsessed with these Comfort Color cropped tees. I think they are so cute. Hobby Lobby had some additional colors, so I picked up this cream color. I like to size up a size or two because I like the oversized look. So I went ahead and just pre-washed this so that it is all ready to go. And the next thing I'm going to do is grab my design. I'm going to do a navy iron-on that cream color. I think it's going to be so cute with jeans. And I found this design. Okay, this says, football is my favorite season. And while I'm going to tell you right now that may be a fib for me because baseball is my favorite season, I'm definitely making this shirt for myself this year because we are gonna try to do some more football games. Plus it's always fun to have football parties. So Hobby Lobby also had a ton of football decor, which if you're hosting any type of either Super Bowl or just football party at all, you're gonna wanna go get some of their decor. It's so cute. I'm thinking about doing a Super Bowl video with some fun things that you can create. I think that could be super fun. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just continue. I think this iron-on might be getting a tad old, which is funny because I never keep navy iron-on hand in my craft room because I'm always using it. So it's not like this has been sitting around for years and years like a lot of my craft supplies. So I don't know if I just got a dud pack, but it usually weeds so much easier and it feels a little like rubbery for some reason, which is not usually the case. Like it feels like really stretchy, and I know I got just regular iron-on. Ooh, my voice is trying to go out. My kiddos, okay, so today, well, this week was the first week of school, but last week as we were having our last week of summer, we decided to get a cold, and I was like, oh goodness, guys, we've got to get over this quickly because the school bell is gonna ring and it's back to school for us. So we're all better, but I have like this really lingering kind of, not sore throat, but almost kind of foggy throat. We kind of call it froggy throat at my house. All right, almost done. And then we will place this on this little cropped tee, which I think is gonna be super cute. All right, so got the bulk of it done. Now, just gonna go through really quickly. I'm also gonna put my sweater up a little bit so I don't get sweater fuzzies on this sticky liner. But I'll go through and just grab, oh, come on, goodness, all the little middle pieces to these letters. Okay, I got all of those pieces. Look at this design. Is that not cute or what? I love the, whoops, here's a little piece. You wanna be mindful that because this is sticky, all the little pieces that you weed out are gonna try to cling there. So you just wanna be careful, double check before you iron it down. But isn't that cute? I really like the more varsity block lettering with a script font. I think that's so cute. All right, let's do the same steps we did with the dish towel and place this on our shirt. All right, as always, I'm going to just flip this over, make sure that it is cooled down before I peel the liner off. I am loving that navy look on this cream color. So pretty. Love that. Okay. Again, it's gonna look so cute with jeans. All right, so then, now that that's cool, you can go ahead and remove the liner, monitoring all the edges to make sure everything is laying down. It's doing great. All right, and it came off beautifully. I love that. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. How cute is that with that navy? I love it. And baseball is truly my favorite, but I'm going to very much enjoy this for football season. All right, so we have the football shirt, which I adore. I can already tell you I'm going to wear this constantly this fall. It's so cute. I love the colors. And then we have this temporary piece of decor, which I think turned out super cute. I love that. I love that it's temporary because it just gives more variety in the years ahead. And then, of course, we have our garland. Let's see if I can attempt to hold this up for you. It's so cute, and it was easy to personalize. Again, you can remove the vinyl down the road. Can you even see this? There we go. It's so cute. You can remove that vinyl down the road if you, for some reason, don't want it on there the following year. And then, of course, I think this might be one of my favorites. Along with the football shirt, I adore this pumpkin sign. I think it's so fun. I always love fun signage like this. It's very farmhouse, and I just think it's so cute. Plus, it looks so beautiful on this beautiful frame. And then finally, let me put this on so we can enjoy the flicker of this candle. I'm adoring this. I think the soft tones are so pretty. And I love that this is a wordless design because it's so nice to have things that don't have words all over them all the time, right? All right, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed watching this first fall video. This was just our kickoff to all the fall crafts. I have a lot of fun things coming up and I can't wait to share. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.